Like many of you listening to this message, the last couple days have just totally rocked me. I am still in a state of shock, and it just seems unreal to see a picture of Kobe Bryant next to two dates with a dash in between. It just doesn't seem real at all. And I've been in a bit of just a roller coaster of emotions the past couple of days. And I think part of the challenge for so many of us is reconciling this incredibly personal sense of loss and grief and mourning of someone that we have never met before. I love what Bernice King, the daughter of the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., tweeted on Sunday. I'm going to read her tweet. She says, "Mourning a celebrity does not equal lack of consciousness. And sometimes the death of someone we feel like we know, but we never actually touched, triggers pain about the death of people we knew well. We are on a brief pilgrimage here, reconciling life and death. Love well." And I thought that her message just really spoke so loudly to just that feeling of personal loss over someone that you don't personally know. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I grew up watching Kobe Bryant. And some of you know, many of you may not know, I say my second love. My first love was dance. That's another talk for another time. But my second love was basketball. I started playing basketball when I was in like second grade. Junior pro, I was like the only girl. This was before there were like separate girl leagues and all of that. And I had my growth spurt super early, y'all. So I was the tallest on the team. I remember getting, and I'm using air quotes here, recruited to come play AAU ball because I was just so tall for my age. And a little to our disappointment, I thought I was going to grow to be, 6'3", 6'4", and make a career out of this basketball thing. But I played ball for many years and loved it, AAU, all of that. And Kobe Bryant was, without a shadow of a doubt, my most favorite player. I remember one of the first reports for school that I ever wrote was on him, from a book that I read, just learning about him growing up in Italy and being bilingual and being drafted from high school and coming in and just being, I think, and one of the things that just really attracted me to him as a celebrity and as a a role model was just the level of maturity and wisdom and just emotional intelligence with which he handled his status and his level of influence. I just have always really admired how well he spoke, how humble he was, how well educated he was on so many different things beyond his career and craft. And so, it just feels so incredibly personal to have this untimely death of him and his daughter and the two other 13-year-olds that were on that flight, and the five other adults. I mean, nine people who lost their lives, and families that are just, I mean, I can't even imagine, the thought of losing a husband and a daughter, a son and a granddaughter, a dad and a sister. It just seems unimaginable on so many different levels. And so I just wanted to share my thoughts. I wanted to just send the encouragement to be what you need. If this feels very personal for you, and you need to talk through, work through kinesthetically, work through talking through like I'm doing right now, or even working through it, working out, hugging family, whatever that looks like for you, don't let anyone make you feel embarrassed or shameful for how you may be feeling as a result of this incredible tragedy with someone that you don't know. I think that Kobe's life teaches us so much. I've read several articles over the last couple of days and have watched some of the specials and even rewatched his last game. ESPN aired his last game where he scored 60 points last night, and we were sitting on the couch. It felt like we were watching it in real time. I mean, he was just that exhilarating of a player, and that game was incredible in and of itself. I mean, what a way to go out. But I think that you know some of the things that I'm thinking right now, just taking all of this in and processing it, and like I said, working through it, is one, just how important it is to be present. One of the things that I just noticed in seeing some of the clips with him and his daughter on the sidelines watching, games, is just, we talk about spending time with family, but I think that you can spend time and not be present. And so I think that this time and this tragedy is such a reminder for us to be present with family, be fully present, sit the phone down, put the email away, stop the multitasking that we think we're doing, and, to be fully present in those moments with family. It's also obviously a reminder that we don't have unlimited time. I heard an athlete talk about, that Kobe felt too big to die, and that he was too big and too good to go like this. And I think, regardless of if, you're listening to this and you have expansive influence, or if you are listening to this and you're like, I'm not on a public platform, I think we all have that sense of feeling like, oh, that could never happen to us or someone we know, or, we're in our prime, or we're just getting started, or, we're too young, or, all of these things that we think that prohibit us from meeting death. And death is the one sure assignment. I won't get on my soapbox on that, but we don't have unlimited time. And so, with the time that we have, the moments that we have, I think the other, major thought that I have, the third and final one, being present, recognizing that we don't have unlimited time, and because of that, I think it's so incredibly important. His life teaches us what can happen when you do what you love and you're relentless in your pursuit of greatness at it. And I think, for me, as I think about, the days ahead, professionally, personally, how can I continue to be relentless in my pursuit of learning and development in my craft? To really own my lane and to be, incredible at what it is that I do. And so I think, he obviously, his life, even at 40, only 41 years, I mean, teaches that on so many levels. So I, again, am still working through this, but just wanted to send some encouragement out there to be present, to recognize that time isn't unlimited, and as such, to be fully committed to being the best at who we want to be and what it is that we decide to do. And hopefully, doing exactly what it is that you love doing. So that's our millennial almost 10 minutes today. But I wanted to share my thoughts and wasn't up for video today, but am definitely with you all feeling this loss and continuing to be in prayer for Kobe Bryant's parents, and obviously his wife and his three daughters, and all of the countless friends and colleagues whose lives he touched, and all of us who never had the chance to meet him, but that he impacted just as much. So love well, in the words of Bernice King, and keep thriving. Talk soon.